Good morning and welcome to the Killik and Co market update. It's been another choppy week for markets as further tariffs were announced by the US, this time for the auto sector. All completed cars and parts will be subject to a 25% tariff when imported into the US. Shares in auto companies have fallen, including US auto companies, because they will be negatively impacted by the tariffs on parts. An unexpected side effect, though, was a spike in the share prices of car rental companies. These companies own large numbers of cars, and their fleets are now more valuable as a result of the tariffs. Here we have the share prices for Avis and Hertz over the past year. This is reminiscent of the price rises we saw for second-hand vehicles during the COVID era, when car companies were struggling to produce new vehicles. Here's the 10-year chart for Avis. Hertz is not included on this chart because it only listed in 2021. Avis shares went from $12 in 2020 to nearly $300 in 2021. As well as causing fluctuations in markets, the tariffs are causing a decline in US consumer confidence. This week, the latest US confidence survey data was published, showing that confidence has fallen to a 4-year low. Here's the data over the last year. There was a fairly steady rise in confidence up to November, but there has been a significant decline since then. For context, here's the same data over 30 years. Unsurprisingly, there were big drops during the dot-com crash, the financial crisis, and COVID. The good news is that markets have historically performed well after a period of low consumer confidence. Another side effect of the tariffs has been an increase in the copper price, which hit a record high this week. Here's the 5-year chart. Tariffs have not yet been imposed on copper imports, but this is expected to happen. The recent rise in the price is thought to be due to US buyers rushing to stockpile copper before the tariffs are introduced. Shares in copper mining companies have risen too, although they are not at record highs like the price of the metal itself. Here's the share price for US copper company Freeport-McMoRan. The pattern is quite similar to the copper price, as you would expect, as copper miners will make more money when copper prices are higher. But the share price has lagged behind the copper price a bit of late, perhaps because some view the spike in the copper price as a temporary result of stockpiling. Please do give us a call if you'd like to talk in more detail about our thoughts on the copper market. And lastly, this week we have a new leader in the list of Europe's biggest companies. Novo Nordisk, known for making Ozempic, was previously the biggest in terms of market capitalization, but this week it has been overtaken by software company SAP. Here's a comparison of the two share prices over the last 5 years, Novo Nordisk in the green and SAP in the pink. Shares in Novo Nordisk have declined due to capacity problems, whereas SAP has had a strong year. Novo's market capitalization is now $335 billion, whereas SAP is ahead at $339 billion. SAP is on our covered list, so please do give us a call if you have any questions. Looking ahead to next week, we don't even have a calendar to show as there are no notable companies scheduled to report, but no doubt there will be some new tariff news for us to discuss next week. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next Friday.